Hey everyone, this is Jordan Gottlieb with Essex Realty Group, looking back at 30 years of our history in Chicago multifamily. We're out here in Logan Square with Patty Lauber, my friend and client from Lauber Property Management. Patty's got a unique perspective on Logan Square, having invested here and lived here for a very long time. So I'd like to get a little bit more from her about the history of this area and this beautiful building on Logan Boulevard that she's owned for quite some time. And you bought this building in 1984. Kind of talk us through how you bought it. Why did you find this area attractive at that time?
So I looked at the neighborhood and decided I really liked the fact it had terrific transportation. People could live here and work out in the suburbs, take the blue line, take the expressways. Somebody could work downtown, so it gave a lot of opportunity for tenants. I thought and the apartments were fabulous, big, spacious, nothing like I'd ever seen in Lincoln Park.
Right.
With big side yards and lots of greenery out in the boulevard, so it was great.
Yeah, and how did this particular area kind of compare to Lincoln Park at that time, or what was kind of going on over here?
Well, it was totally different. This building had 428 people living here.
In how many units?
35.
428 people, 35 units.
It was pretty wild and crazy, to be honest.
What was the condition of the building at the time?
Bad. The previous owners were very desperate to get rid of it. They made deals with me on the purchase that people couldn't refuse. So it worked out well.
And back in 1984 when you purchased it, I'd imagine pricing was a little bit different at that time than now. Are you comfortable telling us what you paid at that time?
I paid $425,000.
So about $13,000 a unit, if my math is right?
If your math is right, that's correct.
Got it, okay. And since the building was in, from what I'm hearing, pretty poor condition at that time, any interesting, juicy stories on improving the building or things that might have happened at that time?
The most interesting thing I saw was when the previous owners had to power rod a drain, they allowed the plumber to make a hole in the drain itself and put the rod in it, and so then they would just put a cork in it when they were done. So needless to say, there was a lot of sewer gas smell in the building, which had to be corrected, and took a long time, but we got through the building, have all new plumbing, all new electric, all new pretty much everything. So, but it's all restored. The trim, the 7-piece crown moldings are all hand refinished and in good shape. And
back in the 1980s when you made that purchase, what was it like getting financing for a multifamily investment in Logan Square?
Impossible. The neighborhood was redlined, so getting conventional loans would have been out of the question. In fact, I was the first multifamily development to go through CIC. They only went through 6 units. I convinced them, I was desperate to fix this building up and convinced them they should do more units. So I was the first large apartment building to get funds from them. But the owners were so desperate to sell, they owner financed. I only had to put $50,000 down.
Wow, incredible.